The story continues. This is chapter 5 in Woven. I will get all collectibles just like in previous videos. I will keep the commentary level on minimum only if it's necessary. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos and I hope you will enjoy this one too. So that was our first collectible right at behind our starting position. Here is the second one. This is the last chapter of the game. Get close to this animal every time you see it. The less time you will get close to it,
this place is desolate.
it will drop a scannable item, just like the mole in chapter 2. You see the same animal as before here, but if you go close to them or try to scan them, they will move away. So we need to use our sound that require changing the head of Stuffy. So if you use this ability, then you will have enough time to scan it for one more button.
All those spiders wandering around aimlessly. Be careful.
Here is a puzzle just like on just like there was one on during chapter 2. And here we will get our first blueprint in this chapter.
Careful now. No room for errors.
here will be our next pattern collectible, but be careful, don't get close to the spider. As you will end up in the jail. This is the starter area, so actually you can come from this direction too. And now here we need to use this passage to avoid the spider. But getting this collectible actually let you get close to the spider. Let's change our color to that one.
A metal world revealed.
And here we arrive to the first cave. If you go to this direction, then the spider will capture you unless you have the stuffing color fully applied to your stuffy. Now we need to do this to get this memory. This is the first one on this level.
A world of wool. It was a lie, a misdirection. At first glance, the guys would fool but fail under inspection. How had he forgotten? How had he not known that this world with skin of quilt and cotton was metal to the bone? That veil of wool would soon be pulled aside. The world of metal and fabric would collide, and insects achieve their quest for fabricide, unless world and moon could be unified. It was good they had come this way. The scorpion seemed fixed on its track and had no place else he could go. Maybe it could be persuaded to stop at this strange metal plateau.
Okay, it was a bad timing. No, we need to wait for the train.
The world is in danger as it is.
Here is a puzzle. We need to solve this puzzle 4th time during this chapter.
Glitch plugging in seemed to restore a fault, and the scorpion stopped its assault. Its primary task was, apparently, to repair the spool up above. Glitch could now control, or guide it, sort of.
We just simply need to move this object to their proper background area. With every object you move, the rotation of the world will be faster.
The machine seemed to harvest without order, without true intent. That did it. By using the scorpion's tail as a repairing tool, they had returned a sense of order to the spool. The machine sent out sparks to the moon's floating construction and pulled it into the desert as the scorpion awaited further instruction. This was what they had come for, right?
No, we will need to a new station, but you can return to here anytime, so no problem if you miss any collectible. You need to solve the same puzzle here, but as the well, not rotating here. First we need to fix the mechanism.
Return the moon and stop this madness.
As you can see, a cogwheel is missing.
Goodness, so hot.
We needed to move these two cubes, so the animal which moving this area will go to that dead end location where we can scan it. Here it is coming. Well, from this area we need to carry a cogwell, so we will need an ability like this. Now we could actually return to fix the mechanism, but there are still collectibles in this area. And there are still one collectible here, which is a memory collectible.
The desert was quiet and serene once. The Moonheart. Glitch now understood. It sang machines its song that drove them on and on, giving function and life in conjunction as a hive. Without, they would just do what they did, without reason, performing basic functions only, committing their treason. If the world was made whole, the moon's personality would again take control. And that would fix everything, right?
And now we can return to the train station to fix the mechanism.
With the power on, the spool started turning, generating more power as it picked up speed. They would need to use the Scorpion's tail if they were to succeed. world is in danger as it is. With the second spool now churning its jolting rays, they saw the moon pulled further into place.
Let's move to the next train station. As I said, you can return to each of it anytime. Here we again need to fix the mechanism before we can progress to the next.
The machines seem to harvest without order, without true intent.
So use the stamping close to one of these lizards, and so you can scan it for one additional pattern. Now the next one will be somewhere here, if I remember right. Oh yeah, it's up there. And here is the second cave.
Machines everywhere. My heart would weep.
Okay, now we need to return to some weaving machine, as there we need to push a button. But we also need to carry an object, so okay, this has all 3 abilities, that is awesome. So there you see some insects. They will attack if you get close, so we need to push this button so they will be distracted. So the next collectible is pretty fun. It is possible that I will fail to get it because the shy hulud will hunt you down if you stand still. Let's try to get it. It is possible that I will get imprisoned.
Under you! Danger! Don't stand still now!
Oh no, I managed to survive. Okay, that's nice. Well, if I stay there for one more second, then I will end up on Pigeon. It is actually a pretty nice cinematic if you get caught, so it is worth to experience that one. Now there are more collectibles on that way, but I will return to here, so first let's go back and fix the train station. This time adding the converse not enough. You need to change the symbols too. Where the first one is it will be this one, so I need to rotate it many times.
Imposing, I admit, but be careful. Dangers lurk here.
And for the third, you don't really need to watch the symbols, as after you get to the correct one, there will be a cinematic.
With the power on, the spool started turning, generating more power as it picked up speed. They would need to use the scorpion's tail if they were to succeed. Three beams were now alight. The next spool would be the one to set things right. Or so Glitch surmised. Even he did not know how all this was devised.
do I will get to the next station on foot. I will need a different heat. For one of the puzzles soon, so let's change to the singing one.
There is so much chaos.
So here we are, here we picked up the cogwell. The next collectible close to it. Green, blue, green, red, blue. Remember the combination, it is different for every walkthrough. Okay, what it was? Green, blue, green, blue, red. No. Green, blue, green, blue. Oh. I know the insect is moved away, so that pet is free, and you can get to the waving machine to get one more blueprint. This is the next station. You can call the train to here. And on
The heat is intense.
On the train station directly you can find one memory object.
Machines brought order, that was their goal. If restored their intelligence, that would be their role. That should be a good thing, but something was missing. A thing he wasn't seeing or conclusion dismissing. The moon had from this world been ejected because it had somehow been affected. Glitch was connected, but how?
Here again you need to fix some mechanism Or remember these symbols. That one not visible once you will get there, but there will be a elevator so you can come back to here to watch it.
Even facing this, color still survives. We might still have time.
And here is one of the snake again. If you made the snake to move away in all previous chapters, and you will make it move away here too, then you will get the fashionista achievement.
Oh, no more. Surely this one we can ignore. Come, we cannot have it lead us astray. Why is it still here anyway?
Of course we will need to change the color of our stuffy, so let's get back to the waving machine. We require the pattern which we acquired as first on this level.
Watch your step now. Oh, that came out of the blue. Now, Snake, keep an eye out for the spiders when they come for you.
Here we will find one of the hardest to find pattern during this chapter. It is here. I increased the gamma for this chapter so it is more visible. It was in total darkness before that. And two more collectibles here. One button located here. And it is now achievement time. Here's the third cave, the last in the game. If you collected all in this chapter, then you get one achievement, and if you collected all during a single save game, then you get additional total collection achievement here. Now let's return to the main part. So we can find one more memory object.
Glitch had been a part of the moon's personality, a cog in its machine and part of its totality. Together he was the machine and teacher, creating and straightening and caring for the creatures. part of one being that was as old as ticking time, ruling through song and governing through rhyme, making the metal world safe for life to live. But what was his part? What peace had he to give? Because of his fault, the moon was evicted, with machines roaming the land and destroying unrestricted. He felt responsible, at the root of the evil that was wrought. He should try to fix it all, or this whole journey was for naught. Now, what does that tell us about Glitch? It's under you! Move now!
Once you survive this another childhood danger, you can get one more collectible here. There was the last
Even
memory.
facing this, color still survives. We might still have time.
There was the previous memory, so you can come from this direction too. If you do, then don't forget to move that way to get the two collectibles. Don't miss this area. This leads to the last blueprint. This was the last collectible. You should have earned 2 achievements here. One for collecting all blueprints in chapter 5 and one for collecting all blueprints during one single save game. If it is actually hard to get the collectibles during one save game, as there are no chapters, no regular save games, and you can't return to some points to loot missed collectibles. And here we will finish with the patterns 2. This is the last one, which also should unlock 2 achievements if you follow my guides. And now I hope you remember the symbols.
Imposing, I admit, but be careful. Dangers lurk here.
The red one was a cloud, I not managed to find the yellow symbol anywhere, but well, if you know two already, then you just need to keep changing until the cinematic show up.
With the power on, the spool started turning, generating more power as it picked up speed. They would need to use the scorpion's tail if they were to succeed.
We need to solve this puzzle one more time.
Oh, I can't watch. This brought the moon into its final location. The ground trembled when the power lines descended, opening up the center that it had previously defended, where they would find the final station.
This is the location where we started. This was the first station. This spot was the first memory. And here was a fall, it no moved. And here is our last collectible in the game.
That teacher had failed. An error in a crucial part had led to all-out hostility, but as its song soured, it had seen the threat in all its probability. The core had itself ejected, sensing its main function was affected. But its plan had faltered. The machine slowed down, but they hadn't halted. The world was slowly being torn apart at the seams to bring the core back from its flight. Would return the song to the machines. Would that set it right? Something was missing, and that filled Glitch with terror. What was it that had caused the initial error? What indeed?
So if you followed my guide, this memory unlocked the last two achievements that we required. So this was woven. The video will continue. I will show you here the ending and the last about 10 minutes of the game, but in that 10 minutes the game elements are minimal, need just some movement. There are no collectibles here. If you solve this puzzle, that it is on a point of no return. So if you missed something still in chapter 5, then you can still collect them until you solve this puzzle. Or if you want to play some stuffy customization at a woven machine, then do it now, because after you finish the game your save game will be erased. I hope you liked the video. I say a goodbye for now. As I said, the video will continue, but I stop the all commentary here. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to like the woven videos I created. If you liked it, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully my video helped you to get all collectibles and achievements. And again, please don't forget to subscribe.
The moon had aligned perfectly above its rightful place and slowly started to descend with monumental grace. The heart of the world returned and then was made whole. They had returned the heart to the world, thereby fulfilling their role. Right? No! Take a number, guess again! The moon glowed red and menacing. Something was wrong. A thrumming in the earth could be heard, the moon heart singing its song. Glitch could hear it speaking of order through destruction. This was not the same teacher that had given his instruction. This was why the moon had ejected itself, because it was broken, its song perverse. They had returned the heart to the world, unwhole, making things worse. Glitch realized this machine was not caring and kind. It was a broken heart. Glitch had to go underground and return the moon's vital missing part. Hatches had opened here and yonder. Insects marching for extermination. If they did not go forth now to save all life, they had simply sped up its damnation. Stuffy, too, would go into the hive, even if that meant risking his life. They entered a world of metal through and through. Shadows moved above them. What were they getting into? The metal insects were aimless automatons no more. If Glitch and Stuffy were caught now, they would never reach the core. This entire world was one big, intricate machine hive, and every part of it moved, turned, creaked, or squeaked as if it was alive. They could reach the moon from underneath, but would have to watch their step. This would be where the spiders slept. machines of this world were unversed, corrupt, and perverted, destroying, not creating, their function reversed and inverted. All wool the machines had gathered, ever since the time of woe, was being consumed by the fire that burned down below. Glitch had a suspicion, unspoken, a thing he greatly feared, that this wasn't just the wool of the land, but also of those that had disappeared. We should end this. Unaffected from the heart's red glow, a praying mantis kept doing its work with care. Glitch had seen it before, although it wasn't easy to recall when or where. It was at his birth, the first thing Glitch remembered seeing, this world's janitor, or some mysterious being. All was connected, one big machine world of steam and gear. It still estranged Glitch. Was his place here? It seemed they had found the final resting place of all Stuffy's kind, taken away from their wool when long ago they were trapped. Their eyes sorted, stored, and carefully kept. Their lives in these metal tubes confined. Were they even still alive? They had stumbled into the spider's hive. They had to run, or they would not survive. They ran past the door when it suddenly slammed shut. It would delay the spiders, but they would try to find a shortcut. There was no telling what to thank for their sudden rescue or how long its metal would last. What was left was to go up, to try to save the future by mending the past. The heart was just ahead, once again connected to the world, but with a missing part, without Glitch, lacking empathy, incomplete. Would the spiders allow him that last chance to rejoin the heart? The machine was running wild. Something had to be done. But there was not enough time, for the spiders had come. It was over. But Stuffy wasn't up for that. He might not be the brightest bulb in this shed, but he knew when to do the right thing. Glitch saw his friend run, with dread. But because Stuffy went to distract the spiders, Glitch just had time to plug himself in. He had to! He had to! Stuffy was torn apart, into a million pieces chopped. When the spiders stopped, their claws dropped. The heart of the world made whole. The kind teacher once again in control. The initial glitch mended, the conflict could now be ended. All over the world this happened, as machines were returned to their purpose true, to create, to guard and repair creatures, and Woolen World too. So, what about Stuffy's kind? Thousands of woolen bodies mislaid. In storage, the teacher found the souls of all harvested Stuffies carefully displayed. No pair of eyes had ever been destroyed in those 100 years of strife. It was time to return them all to life. And so life was returned to a world that would otherwise have been bared to its parts. It shows how far you can come with a little courage and just enough smarts. Never give doubt the chance to discourage you, and don't let fear stop you. Never, ever.